Good evening, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening wrap. So if you are guys, wouldn't mind smashing that like button. We'll go straight onto the charts. So yeah, you'll have to bear with me. I'm feeling a bit rough today. Definitely my cold's got a bit worse today, but sure I'll be fine in a few days. But to be honest, it's not that so much. It's the fact I pulled my back in the gym doing squats as well this morning. So I'm basically feel a bit disabled at the moment. I've done it loads of times over the years though, so I know it probably just takes about 3 or 4 days, and then I'll be okay again. But at the moment it's pretty bad, so I'm feeling a bit worse for wear. But anyway, let's go over to Bitcoin. So yeah, we had the 4-hour 9, traded down a bit, took basically a little test of our almost to the tick support level. And then yeah, bounced back off that, and now it's holding up there where how we'd want it to. So I mean, realistically breaking above here, we are looking at coming into this 11,000 before 11,100 range before we realistically are gonna potentially have a serious rejection candle. I mean yeah, this is the big point. This is the major test, guys. Obviously getting above here, fantastic, great. We should just be going to the moon. Everything will be confirmed bullish again, or this is going to be your last best chance to sell. And then yeah, I mean, look what happened last time we came up here, came up to major resistance, this 12k area, absolutely slammed down. Obviously that did coincide with well, partly with moves in the stock market, but yeah, so that happened, guys. So be aware of a similar price action. Well, just be aware that it can happen here as well. Not necessarily it's going to, it's most likely. What is most likely is if stock markets go up, we're going to go up. If stock markets come down, we're going to come down. That is basically what it really comes down to. But yeah, so speaking of that, we'll actually have a look at the stock markets. I actually had Netflix over because I keep on seeing on Facebook Netflix losing billions, and it's like, well, it's not doing that bad, is it? But sadly, it's not doing that bad because yeah, everyone should just cancel this. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that. So anyway, over to stocks, S&P. Yeah, S&P, as you can see, looking to regain this line. We got to regain this line and hold above. So we're not doing too bad realistically, guys. Today, a good day really in stocks. Putting in the legwork. Got above this trend line. Got above this horizontal. So if we can play in this zone for a bit. Things should start to look better. Nasdaq, as I said, we're looking to get back up to 11,500 area. Yeah, so that will get us, well, basically get us to around the daily 21. Get us back above the daily 21. We'll be looking good again. The stock market should start to make a good move. Silver, well, had a bit of a move and then sold off, as you can see from this daily chart. And over to that all-important DXY. It has a 93 handle again. Which is not what we want to see, but hey, whilst ever it is getting guided down by this trend line, it is happy days realistically, because the trend line is coming down. So like what happened here, realistically the price you can get to is coming down. So yeah, obviously I'm bearish on this until I get some definitive proof that we're going up. So yeah, dollar index looking good. I mean, people are looking at this on a weekly. Let's just zoom out a bit. On a weekly and saying this is just a good level for us to get picked up and go bullish. Well, if you're going to look at it on a weekly and say this is a good level, I mean, that's very specific, picking this exact level. It does not really, there are no trend lines here of note. And also there's no trend lines, not of note, there are no trend lines. Yeah, I mean, horizontal wise, yeah, we've got a bit of confluence here in this level horizontal wise, but that's not enough confluence to basically bounce the price all the way back up. That's just a bit enough confluence to sort of slow us down a bit. But yeah, I mean, we obviously did move down, tested a lot lower back in 2018, and then did bounce off that. So I mean, well, we do obviously know we got the weekly 9, so maybe we're just playing out a bit of sideways to down, which for us is obviously just sideways. Oh, sorry, sideways to up, which for us is actually just realistically sideways at the moment. And then we are then gonna carry on and resume our trend down. I mean, I don't see it, guys. I don't see what they're looking at. I don't get why they're looking at this and thinking that is it. This is the place that we're going to go up. Quite a few analysts are saying this. I mean, let's just zoom out even more. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd go, if anything, guys, if anything, I mean, that can't really call that a trend line because that's just where it started, but, yeah, I mean, it's a tightening pattern, and it's definitely got more room to tighten to the downside, to come round into this area, basically, well into the 80s, and it will just look perfectly normal in the weekly. I don't look at this and think this has got to break up. I just don't see it. Yeah, but I keep on hearing it from people that I think are good analysts, and they don't really have a reason. They don't really have a reason other than they just kind of look at this low here, then this low. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, we are bullish in this overall movement here, but this is clearly it is a lower high, isn't it, here? A lower high, and this isn't a confirmed low, clearly, so this can come and make a lower low, yeah, and this whole area could just be a lower high relative to this high, so we're going to come in for a lower low. So hey, anyway, that is enough of that. We're not going to discuss that anymore. No, I mean, in this video, obviously we're going to discuss it every day we do a video, but I mean, we're not going to discuss it anymore in this video. You guys knew what I meant. So we're going to probably have, well, I said we're going to probably have, some sort of move into the 200 daily, as you can see here. And as you guys know, 200 daily, important level to come back and test, tough level to break back above, is definitely good for pinning price down. Obviously we've got back above the daily 21, which is good, but yeah, I mean, realistically, if I look at this, I see that I would guess the most likely scenario is, and it's not pure crystal ball, but it's just of observing multitudes of lots of price action over the years, is that, yeah, we're going to pump up into this daily 9, into the daily 200. We're going to break this 11,000 area. We're going to start pump up into the mid-level. Everyone's going to get really bullish and fantastically like, yeah, it's great. And then we're going to get slammed down from here. So I don't know where we're going to get slammed down to, but we're going to get slammed down from here, from this daily 200. And then actually, I wouldn't say then we're going to get picked up and break it. Then we'll just have to see what happens with price action. But yeah, I mean, a realistic target though, a realistic smack down from there. Well, I wouldn't like to say all the way down to 10.6 because that is pretty punchy, but it's still not even $1,000. So let's think about it that way. But yeah, I mean, maybe just would slam down well below, well, I'll say below the 11,000, and then as long as we whip back up and hold 11,000, things will look incredibly bullish. But I think we're gonna tag this daily 200, and I think we're gonna have some sort of rejection from it, and I think we're gonna hit it in like the next 2 days. Pure crystal ball stuff there, guys, though. But yeah, that's what I think is going to play out here. Let's have a look at the Stochastic, see what they're telling us. Let's get them up there. Yeah, 4 hour, like I said, can get jammed up here like it did there. Holding up there at the moment, whilst price action's still looking good. 10 hour has turned back up, so that is good to see 10 hour turn back up. 12 hour toppy, but like I said, if we keep going up, we can get jammed up there. And these are the main ones. Daily turning up still. 2 day turned up. 3 day not though. 3 day, but as you can see, this blue line has taken a bit of a turn towards they're on the way to the upside, so that you can see that is weakening. 5 days, just a 5 days, not doing anything at all, and so is a weekly as well. But yeah, I think these 2 day, 3 day dailies, and then potentially even the 12 hour just staying up here. But yeah, I mean more so these dailies pluses running up. Yeah, it's going to give us quite a bit of momentum here. And there, like I said, we're going to have volatility, I think, once we get above here. But ultimately, my view on the dollar is bearish, which means my view on this is bullish, which means my view on this is up. So there we have it. One thing that is concerning me though, actually, whilst I've got you guys here, is the BTC D. As you can see, it's having a pretty savage move up here. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary with moves on this downward trend. I guess on this 4 hour you can kind of see it's taken out this 4 hour 200, but I mean, I don't put any much weight on that. I took it out here as well. We are on a 4 hour 9 on this, or we were on a 4 hour 9. Yeah, but what I want to say is it is a red flag, not a major red flag at the moment, but it is a red flag, this coming up whilst Bitcoin price is coming up in the way it is. Fair enough, when Bitcoin price absolutely shoots up, the alts do tend to get hammered, but Bitcoin price are not been really shooting up, and one could speculate that we have people selling alts into BTC, and then what happens is they then sell that BTC into into fiat or USDT. So are people basically exiting the crypto market? That's the question. I mean, I don't think they are. I think this is just a healthy retracement in the BTC.D. But obviously, one time at one point, a healthy retracement will just be a big move, a big move, a higher move, basically. So yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on that. We'll look at the daily, see how we're going on the daily. Yeah, you can see pretty comfortably broken above the daily 21, but we have done that a few times, and we are at the level where we are basically are going to get rejected, or we are going to start to be looking to, well, take out some highs here. Take out some levels here and start to making some moves to the upside. But like I told you guys, I would no, I mean, to be honest, I've not really spoke to you guys about my directional bias on the BTC dominance, because I don't actually have one, basically. But yeah, I do have a bias on this chart. And yeah, it's basically at the top of the range, so it's either going to be the best sell here, or it's going to be the best buy here. But we just need to wait for it to confirm a direction. So yeah, definitely looking, but yeah, it's sort of the fundamental aspect of it I was talking about. People basically, if they're selling out of alts into Bitcoin, which is driving up Bitcoin up a little bit, and then they basically dump the Bitcoin, that's not ideal. But I'm not saying that's what's happening anyway. I'm not saying that is what's happening. So yeah, but that is it, guys, really. Not much else to say. Yeah, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. I'll just show you how I'm getting on with my points in my fantasy football that we're talking about. 70 points, which is pretty good, to be honest. A pretty good game week. I did mess up not having my correct captain. I wanted to have. It was basically I had to decide between Salah or Aubameyang, and I decided wrong. I also was deciding between Vinagre and Saiss, who scored a goal and got massive points, and I was also wrong on that as well. But hey, I was right on enough anyway to basically get myself in the high spots initially. Trading with Dan League, if any of you guys want to join, just let me know in the Telegram chat. A few other groups I'm in here. But yeah, this is the main guy though. This is the guy I've got to beat, this guy, because I bet on this guy for money. This is the guy I've got my silver bet for money. This is the guy I have a lot of my bets with, really. So beating him at the moment, so it is all good. But anyway, so yeah, not financial advice and not fantasy football trading advice. Although I'm actually thinking of doing a fantasy football channel, because I can get properly into it. I can get really into it, in all fairness. And yeah, I think they are quite popular. The only thing is, though, if I do a channel, I've got to talk about my team and what I'm doing, and then I'm actually in competition with people that I don't want to telegraph that information beforehand, because it'll just make it harder for me to beat them. So gotta decide, haven't I? Gotta decide. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll speak to you guys in the morning.